whenever you see my video, know that a mind shift is coming. You see, I said the other time that church is a business, and some people were arguing. I said church is a business, and church workers should be paid. Some people were arguing. Church workers should be paid. So let it not be like I'm just saying only my mind. I have a very good person who understand this thing, church being a business, and you would like to throw more light on it for you to understand better, so that you will be able to have a different mindset, so that you can tell your pastor to pay you your wages, for the workman is worthy of his wages. So let me bring the resource person to talk to us. Thank you.
Good day, beautiful souls. We're back again. Our program is aimed at opening our eyes. We are all free in chains, so a wise philosopher said. But as consciousness increases in an individual, that same consciousness as an experience is shared with others. And that is why we are on earth. I remain Clement Joe Alagua, the apostle of the shrine. Do you know that church is a business center now? Whatever that concerns God, God, and why it's written in capital letter, it's because God is an acronym of generator, operator, director. That we generate all things, operate all things, and direct all things according to the cosmic order. Today, I want to tell you that your pastors are aware that there is no major punishment for eternity anywhere. If you read the book of Revelation, they are the beginning of Revelation, you will come to understand that it is a book written to the 7 churches in Asia. I think in another time we will get back to that. Which are these churches in Asia? And to their angels. It is not written to an Igbo man. Neither is it written to an Hausa or an Ijaw man or an Urobo man or an Ishekiri man or an Ibibio man or a Fulani man, but written to the 7 churches in Asia and to their angels. So there is no burning for eternity. There is no enjoying for eternity. The church is a business. And since it is a business, I want to encourage church workers to also demand for their wages. If we follow the synoptic gospel, the story is written there. And if it is Jesus, you people preach, or Yeshua, you preach, or your pastors preach, they should be a good follower of Yeshua or Jesus, whichever name you call it. Jesus, at every point, whatever they get, share with his disciples. Not just with his disciples, but to those people who come from time to time, come to him from time to time, to get healing, knowledge. He never took anything to himself. Check out the storyline of Jesus. His 3 years ministry year on planet Earth in this fair. He has always shared with his disciples. People don't go to pay him money. Whatever he gets, he shares. He did not build empire. It was possible for Jesus to have had his own chariots, his emissary, build empire for himself. But he never did. Even when John the Baptist, wanted Jesus to take over rulership in the kingdom, to say, it's time for you to carry out opera. People are there to follow. He did not. Why are your pastors eating fats and members are suffering? A church fund is used to develop a business called school and institution. Members of that church don't have privilege except for those who are rich. I talked of this seed and tithe some time ago, and somebody told me that it's something that works for them. I told them, I said, take me to your church. Show me 10 tithers in your church that are very, very rich. I will show you 90 tithers in your church that are very, very poor. Pastors create myth, just like the business people. For their institution, for their product to sell, they create myth. That is another way to woo their customers to come buy from them. And that is why you see the strong competition from the Methodists, the Catholic to Methodists to Pentecostal. You see the competition. Why are pastors telling you that this is my church? That's to tell you it is investment. Pastors today are competing who wants to be the highest private jet owner at the detriment of their members. So I am demanding, if the pastor goes home with millions and billions, then everybody who had volunteered to work in that church should be paid, from cleaner to those in the music department, that's the choristers, the drummers, the instrumentalists, down to those who clean the chairs. They call them sanctuary workers. All should be paid. There is nothing like work for God. Freely ye have received, so freely you give. Why are people paying to see pastors like they queue up and you have to pay to see a man of God? My brothers, my sisters, church in the 21st century is a business. Somebody was telling me, said if they make school free, church schools owned by churches free, how would they pay workers? The question I ask, how were the Methodists in those days, the Catholic owned institution, Methodist owned institution, Anglican owned schools, how were they raising funds to pay their workers? Because as at early 80s, when these schools were active in Nigeria, it was a free education before government took over. So how were they funding it? If they can do it free at that time, then it means churches can also fund it and make it free education for all. Today, the highest paid schools where their fees are very, very high, they are schools owned by churches. And this empire is owned by the pastor. That one they say is Papa's special project. I will not say much, but note that church today is a business, a clean business, and they are cashing out. Be wise. We don't come to talk because we want to talk. It's because we've been there. And it pains us that some persons are still blinded. You think you're working for God, God no send you work to do. What is demanded of every human is love for yourself, love for your neighbor, love for humanity. For you to be important, for you to be useful to yourself, to your relatives, to your family, and to the entire society is what God wants from you. Not to go to the church to work. And besides, let me tell you, the word church is a Greek word for ecclesia, that is special people, people that are separated. It has nothing to do with building or denomination. Look at how churches are fighting. People are fighting for the empire. People are fighting for the empire. Learn. I don't have much to tell you on this matter. But church is a business. If you have question, drop it on the comment section. Thank you.
You have heard it all. Church is a business, nothing else. You know, someone will say, but tithing and offering is working for me. It's not working for you. Did you listen to what he said? If you can take me to that your big church, that your denomination, where you have thousands of people, just show me 10 people that were very poor and they paid tithe and they became very rich. I will show you 1,000 people in that your church that are poor and that are faithful, that are paying tithe. This thing is not working. It's not developing us. And we can't see you going down the drain and we'll keep quiet. No, we have to speak out. We have to educate you. We have to let you know. It's just a business. It's not favoring us again. If it used to favor us before, we have to change it. This is a different life entirely. We have to change. We have to bring it a new formation that will not help us. Not your pastor building empire for himself. Let me ask you, in that your church you are now, how many of you have private jet? Your pastor have. How many of you have schools? Your pastor has. How many of you are attending the schools of your pastors? You see, this thing is a personal private business. Most of them are registered with CAC, if you know. We want you to have a sound mind. We want you to have the right mind. You know, I always love you. Thank you for listening to the Most Bernard Mindset. If you find the message interesting, share it to others so that they will learn, so that they will grow. As a church workers, anything you are doing in that church, you have a right to demand your salary, demand your payment, because the pastor is taking millions home. You too, you should take millions and thousands home for yourself. Thank you.